hallelujah. Even the puppies sing hallelujah. Here's Lorgie, my sweet boy, my Great Dane boy. He's a good puppy. He's a rescue. Well, howdy doody, everybody. It's really great to be here today and get to talk to you some more about HCG diet and various things that have to do with that. First, I want to remind you that we have an iPod podcasts on iTunes, and I tried to simulcast that today, but the video didn't work, so I'm redoing it. But you can still hear that original on iTunes and subscribe to the podcast, the Ask Sheepra Show, which is bi-weekly. And I want to start off by telling you that we have a really special thing that is now available on orderhcghere.com. I'm sure you've seen the commercials with Brooke Shields and her beautiful long eyelashes. Well, you too can have the Latisse eyelashes. Only I've got my Armour thyroid under my tongue. Okay, you can get it for a whole lot less. I mean, that stuff is expensive. It costs like about $100 for every little bitty bottle. But you can get it at orderhcghere.com. Same place you get your HCG. Order your HCG and your it's generic Latisse basically, and the link is right on there. Order those at the same time and save on shipping, and have fabulous lashes to go with your fabulous body temple that's going to result from your HCG protocol. So that's new and it's wonderful, and I think Largie wants to be on the video today, and he wants a kiss. Okay, so let me also go on to the Ask Sheepra portion. I want to read to you an email I got on YouTube. And the question, well, it starts off, "Hi, I like your videos. They are very helpful. I have a question about the stevia, though. I read at several places that processed stevia, especially the flavored, is not good for you because of the type of alcohol they use to make the stevia. Natural stevia is green in a powdered form. So that being said, what other spices would you suggest to use besides the natural stevia? Have you tried other smoothies not using flavored stevia and using other spices instead? Thanks so much for all of the help you provide to us." And you're welcome. And let's see, that was from a YouTube user called Ascended11111. So you're welcome, Ascended. And that's an interesting but strange question. I haven't really heard anybody concerned about stevia since since the FDA and a bunch of special interests were, like Big Sugar, were fighting it. But she talks about the alcohol that's used, and alcohol is not good for you. That's true. If you're drinking it, in particular, or if you're like rubbing it on your body or something like that. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about using the erythritol, which is simply pure grain alcohol, to make an extract of the stevia leaf. And a lot of healthful extracts are made from this same sort of process. And what they're doing is they're using the sweet glycosides. They're extracting those sweet glycosides from the leaves, and they use either water or alcohol. And the process is a membrane filtration. And because it evaporates, there's no alcohol in the finished product. Now the liquid becomes clear rather than green because the extraction process is removing the chlorophyll so that only the white glycosides remain. But no bleach or other chemical whiteners are used by the Sweet Leaf Company, for example, and I really don't know of any others that use that, because it's not necessary to bleach it. It's automatic that the chlorophyll goes away, and then you've got the white glycosides, and they're naturally white. Now, this is kind of where my Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering comes in. I do understand that sort of a process, and a lot of people don't. But and you know, of course, whole foods are better for you, but we're not talking about substituting stevia for the rest of your menu. Um, and as to the flavors, Stevia and Sweet Leaf brands, which are the ones that I recommend, they use natural substances to flavor, and that's not dangerous. I really like the organic flavors at a place online, uh, and I just recently got some new ones. I got like maple flavor, and I got a coconut cream flavor, and I got a key lime pie flavor. There was a white chocolate flavor. I mean, there are some really good ones on there, and they're organic. So, you know, you can get those. Go to hcgcoach.com and go to the kitchen section, and there's a link right there to where you can get all those different yummy flavors. And I just mix those with plain stevia and make some really good puddings and smoothies. Now, I also want to explain to you, as far as processing is concerned, you know, there's some confusion about what process actually means. You should know that as soon as you do anything to a food, you've processed it. For example, if you blend a smoothie, that's a processed food because blending is a process. And when she said that the green stevia in a powdered state is natural, no, that's processed, because as you know, the process of making that into a powder is a process. So not all processes are evil. It's sort of like the term organic. In chemical terms, organic actually means carbon-based. That's all it means, is it's a carbon-based substance. So, but you know, of course, we understand organic nowadays. Most people understand that it means that it's not been grown with pesticides and that sort of thing. But you know, technically, organic, really anything that's carbon-based is organic. So, you know, you just need to understand these terms a little bit more clearly and not freak out over them. You know, you do have to make your own decisions, but you're not going to be hearing about a whole bunch of people having health problems from using stevia. You simply want to make sure that you read the labels. Stevia products are not all equal, and to put all powdered refined stevia in one category it shows ignorance as to the differences between the products. Now, some so-called stevia products have maltodextrin, dextrose, sugar alcohols, or a combination of those, and some of them have them in really high concentrations. For example, Truvia is 99.1% erythritol, and the rest is, you know, and you can get solid forms of erythritol. And you know, a lot of your sugar-free stuff is made from erythritol, but it's not the same as pure grain alcohol. Okay, and Purevia, that's 99.2% erythritol and isomaltose. So, you know, stevia in the raw, that's another one. It apparently contains maltodextrin and dextrose, and as much possibly as 95.8%. And when you look at the sun crystals, those are as much as 96.5% table sugar. So if anybody has reactions to these products, it's probably due to the additives, not any possible trace of stevia extract. And keep in mind that derogatory reports on stevia were primarily put out originally by the FDA and Big Sugar, so anything negative you might find, that's likely due to special interests keeping a competitive product down. So you want to find a real stevia product without the additives, and I use the Stevia and Sweet Leaf. They only use pure water during extraction, so they're really safe. And so go for it. It's wonderful. It's a great product, and it's even kind of good for you. It's got lots of nutrients in it. And I'm going to have to close. Hallelujah!